Hello guys, and welcome back to another live stream. My name's Mike, aka Decimal Punked, and we are back in Blender 4.5.3. For those of you that have been following the last few live streams, we've been modelling, we've actually finished modelling the Mimic. We've been doing some UV unwrapping and texture painting, and I am super happy with what I've made. Think it's really cool. Got these like really horrible like warty growths, or like almost like scale like protrusions from the arms. And this stream is basically gonna finish off the UV unwrapping and what was the other thing? UV unwrapping and the texture painting. So we've only got 3 parts left. We've got the teeth, we have the eyes and the tongue. So I think I was going to jump straight in with the tongue. It's the biggest part. I've got an idea. I was going to go for like a purple tongue, see how it looks. If the colour doesn't fit, I might try a different colour. I'm going to add like some kind of not growths, but they're like raised circular sections. You do get those on tongues. So that was the idea with the tongue. As for the teeth, I wasn't going to add blood because if this does become something, I don't want to kind of restrict the demographic with it being a bit too bloody. So I was just going to go for some really manky looking teeth, like bad hygiene kind of thing. And with the eyes, I was going to do, I quite like goat eyes because they're very unique. They're like the pupil of a goat's eye is kind of horizontal and it's like rectangular. So I was going to see how that looks for our Mimic, and then play around with it. I've not really done eyes before, so not nervous. Obviously it's a monster eye as well, so it's going to be a little bit different. So let's stop waffling, and I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Get my fuel. And I'm just going to check that my textures are all good, as we had a panic 2 streams back. So we have the arms texture, chest body, chest lid, and the feet. And interestingly, you can see how much, it's not the best utilisation of the texture space for the UV mapping there, but you can see the difference on the chest lid and how much space that's got compared to the chest body, where certain parts, like for example the base of the chest, could have been tiny because you don't really see that. So same for these actually, as it's just a black interior. But these are things that I'm learning as I go. I'm still kind of early days in Blender, so I'm always learning, and it's really good making errors to then improve going forward. Right, so my textures are safe, so we're going to go into the UV editing mode. We're going to come out of that, and I'm just going to save the project. So we're going to go onto the tongue. I'm not going to create the texture yet. What we're going to do is we're going to do the unwrapping. So let's go into, if we do that first. Right, so what I'm thinking is for unwrapping the tongue, I'm thinking if we if we just go to the side, I'm thinking I mean, technically we could do one cut here. We could do one cut here. And then maybe a slice around. quite a big old tongue he's got. So if you're cutting a tongue, you want to cut. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? Let's just go. Let's just go for it. And if it doesn't work that well, we can always change the things. So let's have a look at the topology. Okay, not the easiest. Oh my god, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's just go for it. So we're gonna go to edge selection. And do apologise. What we're going to do, we're going to basically do a cut along the front. So then we've just got the back section and the front section. That's the idea here. And oh, it's a little bit of an awkward one, really. That might cause. Oh, that'd be better. I didn't know if that was one whole edge there, but it's two tiny edges. Interesting. Let's go for that instead. And then Control E, mark the same. Right, so what we've got there, we've cut the section where you've got the overhang and then the kind of interior overhang. So if I was to just do that, and then we'll just see how that looks. And then if I go to face selection. Okay, so this section here, this one here, oh, that looks like the why is that still it's still stuck? Ah, there's a tiny edge. Look at that. Tiny little edge there. There we go. Now they're separate. Okay, much better. Alright, so that's what it looks like. So if we then, just trying to think the best way to do this one. So this is the tie. It's quite big, isn't it? There's a nice straight section down the side, but sorry, it's this part is like just visualizing what's the best way to cut this. I mean, if we did one straight down the middle, it's going to be tricky because of this face, I think. So at the moment it's just a big old squished circle. What is this face here? Let's just see. Okay, we need to experiment with this. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna be the best, but we'll see how it goes. It's maybe a good idea, maybe a bad idea. So we should end up with 2 flat bits. Oh, that's really good. That's actually really good. That's actually really good size. Okay, that worked quite well. Alright, another sip of the coffee. So that seam goes kind of around. So we've separated the front overhang and the back overhang with this seam going around the top. And then we've kind of cut it in half. And the topology wasn't too difficult for that. Right, so now with the tongue front, oh my god, it's like, do we go straight down the middle and up, or do we cut from the side? Because the side looks pretty good. I can see some clear lines. I say we go for the side. Let's do this. I'm trying to go for like the straightest parts. I really enjoy the unwrapping process. When I first was learning how to do it, it's quite daunting. There's quite a lot to it, but once you've done a few and you kind of get quite good at visualizing stuff, it doesn't become too difficult. I think I'm gonna go there, and then there maybe. How have I done that one? So kind of straight up the middle, and it starts from there. Oh. Okay. So, like I say guys, we're going to follow these lines. So that one's pretty much central. So we need to try and keep this fairly central if we can. Ooh. That looks good. Okay, so that is going all the way around. So what we're expecting to see when I unwrap this, we're expecting to see 4 kind of islands on the left, bottom left there, guys. It's very awkward topology, but okay. Oh wow. That's come out really, really good. That has come out fantastic. Barely any stretch in there. Wow. Angle based. Okay. Okay. Right, sorry. I've got a load of receipts on my desk. Jesus. Right, let's think about this. The front tongue kind of should have more priority texture space wise than the back, because you're not really going to see directly inside. So on that basis, let's just get these. We're going to move that there. Get this one. So that is the back of the tongue. See that? And what you can also do is you can press L to select those islands. And then that's the back, the underside, and that's that one. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the tongue and we're going to rotate it, and then we're just going to move that up there. Ignore the texture that's currently showing, guys. That is for the arms. So this one's a bit of a funny shape, this one. And it does kind of look like... I don't know if anyone was here the other day when I was doing UV unwrapping, but this section, like, kind of utilising the texture space. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. And just getting it as good as you can. I think that one might be better at the bottom, actually. So if we try and straighten that as best we can. Because again, that one is the top of the tongue. So I might actually give that a bit more space. That looks pretty damn good. Is that in? Yep. Okay, that's in. And then we're going to get this one. And look at that, it kind of, it slots in really well. It's actually a bit of a tricky shape, this one. But it's flat. So like you could do something like this. I wonder, can you flip it? Do you see what I mean about the shape? It's kind of a little bit like oh god, like you don't want to, like, you want to try and fill the texture as much as you can, or else it's just not making good use of the space. They're just very, very awkward shapes here. Welcome to the stream, guys. They are very awkward shapes, but I am happy there's barely any stretching. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to pick the one that is... So this one is inside the chest. Where I've cut the tongue, you're not really going to see that bit. It's like, if I show you... It's inside the chest, right? So, in essence, that one isn't as high priority. on the texture as is the top part of the tongue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shrink that down, put that there, and then we're going to select our the actual visible part of the tongue. Probably go like that, I reckon. And then if I just select that one. I wonder, could we squeeze that in there? If I rotate that round. Do you remember what I was saying about this is like a jigsaw puzzle, guys? Okay, that slots in quite nicely there. And now what that means is we can give more texture space, so more detail to the visible part of the tongue. I feel like that smooth section might be a little bit better up there with the top of the texture, because these pointy bits are going to be a little bit awkward. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try and fill as much as we can of this texture space. So if I move it there, it's getting a bit close to the bottom one, but that feels okay. I would say that is pretty good utilisation of the texture space there. Given the awkward shapes we're working with here, you've got the two tongue halves and then the back tongue, and I'll just show you those again, guys. So if we select those islands, so these two, the smallest one is the one that we barely see, so it's got less texture space. The top part of the tongue, which isn't as visible as the front, kind of has the next amount. And then I think this one is the inside of the bottom tongue. So depending on how we animate the tongue, a tiny bit of that might be visible, which is why I've made it the size I have. And then at the very bottom, we've got a very good amount, I would say, for the tongue. Okay, so I'm happy with that as the unwrapping. I think I've done a pretty good job there, actually. I'm really happy with that. So we're going to save, and then what we're going to do is on image, we're going to do a new image. It's going to be 512 by 512. That's the size I've been going for the textures. So we're just going to call this tongue. And yeah, I'll just go new. And then we'll save that under mimic, no, textures, mimic, tongue. And there it is, the tongue. Okay, so have a sip of my dripped coffee. And then what we're going to do is on object mode, we're going to go new, and we're going to type in tongue, Control T, get rid of that, and then select the tongue. And there we have it. So now we can texture paint the tongue. So whilst we're in this view, I think this would be quite a nice thing to do here. So if I just go into the texture paint here and get my pen, we can play around with the colours and just see what kind of colour, because I have seen quite a lot of mimics that have purple tongues. I don't want to follow the group, so to speak, in terms of what people normally do for a mimic. But I did kind of have like a purple colour in mind, so Ooh. Green doesn't really go, does it? It doesn't contrast well with the colour of the chest. The red, a red tongue or pink tongue, I'd associate with a kind of humanoid or a lot of different animals. Purple really does stand out. Okay, I think I do. I think I'm just gonna go purple. I think I'm gonna go purple, guys. That's a nice colour. And then what we can do is we can. I've never really drawn a tongue before. I have a kind of idea what I'd like to do in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add that to the palette. Let's just give that a save and a save. And I can see my textures updated on the system. So we had a bit of an error a bit of human error the other day. So that tongue actually looks really good against the chest. So what do we want to do first? Well, I think tongues have that, they have that kind of groove going down the middle, and it normally starts from the back, and I don't know how far it goes, but we can play around with this. So I'm just going to get the brush up, and I need to bring my graphics tablet closer. It feels like it's miles away. Okay. Sorry, I need to really readjust my desk, guys, to make room for this tablet. It's quite large. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go paint hard, and you would go for a darker colour. Well, that's not doing anything. Right, we'll reduce the strength of that. Why is it coming out that colour? Tell you what we could do, we could just darken it. That's interesting. I think what we should do, let's just go through the different things here and see. Oh, colour dodge. That's quite a nice... colour dodge. I quite like what it's doing there to the edge. Colour dodge. We're just testing out the different things here, guys. So mix does a very dark. I don't like that. Darken, same. Multiply, worse. Lighten doesn't do anything. I mean, screen's not too bad. Like, screens... yeah, that's true. I've gone for a bit of a darker purple. I just want it to be like a bit dipped in the middle. I do like the colour dodge though. I think that would be good for like the raised lumps that I want to do. So colour dodge, remember that one? That just looks shite. Actually, darken. Darken with that purple. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Does it just ruin it? Do I need to do what I've kind of got in my head, or is that just... tricky, guys. I think it doesn't help that I've not done a tongue before. I think I'm going to have a quick look at tongues. I might regret Googling this. Okay, so there is a line. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It kind of stops like a few centimeters from the bottom, and that part oh, I think it's called the filiform. So the middle bit is called the filiform, and the bit that isn't in the middle is called the fungiform. Hello, Awen. Welcome to the stream, bro. Right, that's the colour of the tongue. If this is going to be... does it just look shit having that? Does it look rubbish? Because I feel like it's ruining the tongue. Obviously, I could do a darker line in the middle and then do that shadow effect that I do. I feel like I should just give it a go. Let's add that colour there. So that's going to be the centre bit. And then if I go even darker, let's just give it a go. And if I just save it, so front, back. Yeah, that's true, bro. And then if I just add that palette as well, so that's the center, and then this one. Make that a bit stronger. I feel that's too black. Let's go to that colour and brighten it up a little bit. Try that. Whoa! Oh, that actually worked quite well. It was really hard. I couldn't see that. I didn't know that went all the way down there from up here. That's surprising. Actually, that actually feels long enough. If I went any more, it just wouldn't feel right. I mean, to be fair, if you have a Google of human tongue, you'll see how far it does go. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for that. That's a nice width. Oh, I don't mind that actually. Right, how can we make that? I actually don't mind that. I think that looks pretty good. I've got an idea. Oh, yes. Oh my god. Yes. Really small brush. Oh. Can you see that effect? Going for the black center part and just pulling it out. Can you see that? I wonder if we did that side as well. Can you see that effect? That looks really quite cool. It actually gives that sense that it's, you know, going inwards, like the curvature. Oh, I love the schmear. The schmear, I love the schmear. Hold on. So if we were doing that from the front, like that direction, like that. Why is that not working there? Why are you being a bit of a bugger at the back then? Oh, it is working. It's just... Right, so if I'm at the front... We're doing that motion, so it's kind of arcing, and then on that basis then we kind of need to be upside down to make sure it's consistent. I think maybe if I zoom out. Sorry, it was a little bit hard to see with that lighting, guys. I'm hoping you can see that. The lighting was making it really quite difficult to see. And then what I'm going to do just at the end here is I'm going to try and smear this out. Oh. Dude. Okay. I just want to see if we make the smear big. Let's go to... Let's save it first. One sec, guys. Texture's outdated. Okay. How are you doing today, Awen? Right, I wanted to, was it colour dodge? really like that effect that's giving. That colour dodge is really, really good. It's like making quite a saturated effect. Glad to hear it, dude. Glad to hear it. I don't know how well. You don't want to. You don't want to do like. Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. I've had my boys today. We watched the Minecraft movie and it was a bit shit weather today, so we just did some gaming earlier and just been nice. So, yeah, just a nice relaxed day, mate. Thanks for asking. Oh god, yeah, they were on it as soon as that song came on, dude. Actually, to be fair, I started singing it the moment it came on. But I was saying it back to front, and the boys corrected me. That's funny. How many have I got left to do on it? I've lost count. Looks like I've got them all. Yeah? Now, I wanted to try something. I quite like doing the schmear, making it really small. And then... One more, I think. What I might do... No, I think I'm happy with that. I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, that's actually added something quite interesting. Why has the music stopped? Oh, it hasn't. It does this every time. It gets to a certain point. Sounds like it's stopped. like that. So we've done a few different things here. We did the colour dodge, a bright circle colour dodge for like the tongue pimples, whatever the name is for those. And then we did a shadow just around it, like, and then we used the smear to create these kind of star shape, almost like they popped, to create that effect. And then I just did the colour dodge down the dead centre. I just quite like the effect it did, and then smearing that effect, it's kind of made it look like a bit of a vein. I quite like that effect there. I think I'm happy with that. I need to save that. I'm happy with that. Taste. Is that what they are? Tongue pimples. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. I mean, I'm really happy with that for my first time painting a monster's tongue, not a human tongue. I think I'm happy with that. I think I'll leave that. Okay, how far are we in? 1 hour 15. Okay, so save the project, save the texture. Okay. Drinking a coffee. Okay. Right, guys. You have concerns. Oh God, what about? What are you concerned? Are you on about when the tongue moves and there's texture stretching? Please air your concerns. While I'm waiting for your response. Oh God! Oh, thank God! I thought you were on about the way I've textured the tongue, painted the tongue. No, I didn't think they did. No, I didn't say that at all. I mean, I just said like the tongues on the mimic are like, they're kind of like lumps that have popped, hence the star-shaped ooze. Okay, I'll tell you what. Shall we do the teeth? Shall we do the teeth? You're funny, mate. What do you reckon? Should we do the teeth? You're up for a bit of dentistry? Now, what I'm thinking with the teeth, there's quite a lot of teeth here, and I'm thinking what am I thinking? What are you thinking? Well, I think the teeth need to be parented to the lid, because when the lid's animated, the teeth need to move with it. But for the purpose... Actually, how's that gonna work? How's that going to work? Because if I texture, if I unwrap the texture on those top teeth and then afterwards parent it to the lid, that's a new object and it can't have two textures. Like, that's going to mess it up. Optometry. I think I'm going to tackle the teeth because the tongue wasn't difficult. I really enjoyed doing the tongue and I'm really, really happy with how I've unwrapped that. Can you see on the left there? I think I've done a really good job of unwrapping that and doing my best with the shapes they are to get as much of the texture space as I could. Like, they're really awkward shapes. But I'm really happy with what I've managed there. Let's do the teeth. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to do texture for the top, texture for the bottom. I don't want to... I kind of want to, at this point, I want to keep them as separate objects because we've already got the chest thing, and if I'm just worried that if I parent the teeth to the chest, or join them, it's gonna mess things up. Or could they be a child to the chest? So it's a separate object, but if the chest was to move, they would move with it. Same for the top teeth. Instead of joining it to the lid, is there a way I could parent it as a child to the lid so that it has its own texture, but if the lid was to move, it would move with it? Parenting doesn't merge objects. Control J. Okay, so if I was to unwrap, so just before I proceed, if I unwrap the teeth, texture paint those teeth that I've highlighted at the moment, and then after that process is done, if I was to parent it to the lid, it would mean it's still its own individual object. It's not being combined as one single object, as in teeth and lid together. It would still have its own text, UV map and texture unaffected, right? Okay. Well, let's do the texture paint and stuff first. I'll just save again. Right. So when I did the claws, if I go on there, you see the way I've done those is I've done seam at the bottom and then one seam up the top. So I'm thinking if we hold on, teeth bottom, teeth top. Okay, let's see just how this looks. Oh God. Okay, one good thing about that is they're kind of, I don't know, just very nice and filling up all the texture space there. But oh wow. Okay, the problem is there is loads of texture space there, which I'm not too happy about. Fill holes. Use scale for existing. if I was to do Control J, does it warn you before you parent? Merge. Right, I'm gonna... Right, if I just select all the ones around the bottom. Oops. Dude. Let's see how that looks. Oh, wow. Okay. Look how much space has been utilised there. Wow. Quite a bit of distortion though on the teeth, so... But that's quite a lot of texture space, so... Oh, I'm quite happy with that. That's taken up so much. Let's see. Informal. That is really, really good. Right, now let's just do one thing. I'm just going to select one edge on each triangle. Just to see how that affects the UVs. Right, well there's no distortion there. Absolutely nothing. There's no distortion whatsoever there. Look at that. What is going on with that one though? I think I'm happy to go with that, you know. I think we can work with that. But it doesn't need to be super detailed. Okay. Right. So what I need to do now is image new, teeth bottom, 512, 512, new image, and then save teeth bottom. Okay. Oh, I'm not planning super fine details. I just want to make them look a little bit manky looking. Right, so I've got the texture. Oh, what I need to do quickly, teeth bottom. So teeth bottom. Okay. I don't want them to look bright white and clean. I want them to look grimy. So tooth bottom, so I mean, if we did go for a white, I really, now comes the question, how many cavities? I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. I'm just gonna, I was thinking like I was gonna have a bit of a mossy green base to them. This is one thing I do not want to do. I do not want to Google manky teeth. That's just gonna repulse me. I really do not want to Google it. I know I wanted like a creamy beige. Like, that's not white, that's a dirty white. Let's go with that. A dirty white. Okay, we've got a dirty white. What is this green colour here from? Oh, that was the skin, wasn't it? Out of curiosity. You know what? I could fade that. Let's make it a little bit darker. I need a ruler. I like that. I don't want to copy other people's ideas though. That's the thing, dude. I want it to be my own. You know, like if I go looking at other people's kind of what they've done, it's just gonna be a bit copying, and I don't really want to do that. I've designed this myself, and I kind of want to keep like that. Okay, I'm going to do this with the stylus. Where's my pen? Right, I'm just going to add that to the palette. So over here, that's the base colour of the teeth. And then we're going to add this mossy effect to the bottom. Right, so we've got the green base. What I'll do is I'll use the smear tool. What about the top? I do not want to put blood on them. Let's just have a look for a second. How does the colour burn? Oh, Jesus! What? No, it was colour dodge, wasn't it? Oh, hello! That looks interesting. No, it didn't. It looks stupid. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for the smear. Shit. That little mimic needs to go to the dentist, I think. Oh. Oh, dude. And then... Sorry, I'm not talking when I'm doing this, guys. I'm really, like, in the zone. Oh, dude. 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 I quite like that. I quite like that. What do you reckon? Yeah, no. When I was before I started the concept, I had a look to see what types of mimics there are, because I've seen types in Delicious in Dungeon anime that were very different to your standard mimic. So I did have a look around. Not, I don't know if I'd say inspiration. It was just to see, because I've seen so many mimics before I was googling them. So I just to see like how people had done it, but I have made this my own, especially with the way the feet and the arms and how those are the handles, but they kind of become like the armband / bangle thing. But I'm really happy with this design. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't think I want to do anything more to those teeth. Like, one thing I've learned over the years is that you can overdo it. If you look at it and you're like, it looks great, oh, I might change it a little bit this way, and then you keep doing that, and then it's like you make it worse. Like, I quite like that. It's simple. They're a dirty white. They've got decay at the bottom of them. Like, I think that looks quite cool. Just looks grimy, you know. I really like that. That's what I was going for. Almost like a bit of a mossy type base to the teeth. So I'm going to repeat that process for the top, and then the last thing is the eyes. So Okay. Okay. Right, so save and save. And just to let you know, guys, there we have it. The texture is safe. Don't fear. It's all good. Alright, so we're going to out of there. Right, and then go to object mode. We're just going to save and save again. And then we're going to select these teeth. Oh, luckily there's only one row. They aren't going down the side, so that's... Yeah, the tongue is saved right there, bro. Do not fear. It's all good. I'm on it. I'm on it, dude. That was a very harsh lesson I learned, so don't worry. I'm making sure the textures are saved. They're all good. They're all safe, dude. All right. So we're going to go into edit mode. We'll do that, and then what we're going to do is select edge. So we've got the edge at the bottom, and then we need to get the inside section. Oh, 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 oh. Not playing nice. Looks like a Toblerone bar. Do you know what Toblerone? I don't know what country you're from, Awen, but you know Toblerone. It looks like a bar of Toblerone chocolate. Oh my god. I could do like a really cheeky like texture, write Toblerone on one of the faces. That would be hilarious. Thanks for the spam view, Thank you. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. Toblerone teeth. Oh my god. Toblerone teeth on the mimic. Wouldn't that be funny if they would just... I made them like chocolate coloured. Chocolate mime. Mimic, sorry, not mime. Mark's theme. Okay. And then get ready for the moment of truth. I think I did angle based for the other one as well. I think. I don't even need to make them any bigger than that, to be fair. Like, that's a good size. There's no distortion. It's literally just the cream colour with a bit of green. So, new. Teeth. Top. And then new tooth top. Okay. Right. So edit mode, texture paint, that. That's the colour. Where's my pen gone? Oh, this is going to be awkward. Oh, wait. Because they're at a funny angle. Oh, shit. that's front. So side, side, front, back. Give me one sec, bro. Alternate skin being a gingerbread mimic with Toblerone teeth. Gotta have cosmetics and a battle pass. Yeah, go on then. I'm all ears. I mean, I know you could do like that, but... To be fair, I'm going to be fine doing that. Why's the music stopped? Are you serious? Of course I'm still watching. I hate it when it does that. Oh, okay, so so basically you'd reset the transform, so it's kind of like I hear what you're saying. I might try that in future models. It's just this particular. This is the only part, to be fair, where it was kind of just, yeah, a bit cack-handed. Not cack-handed, it's just at an angle. I am, dude. I am absolutely loving the smear brush. I've made some really good use of it. Dude. What do you reckon to that, mate? What do you reckon? I quite like that. Dude, that looks so cool. Okay. Right, I think I'm happy with the eyes. Let's just save that texture. Right, teeth top is done. Teeth bottom is done. So at the moment we've got 7 different textures. And if I just check, I can check the total file size. It's literally 745 kilobytes. Under a meg. That's not bad, is it? Right. I think I'm happy with those teeth. I don't really... I don't want to mess with them anymore. Like, I'm quite happy with those. I don't want to add blood onto it. I'm just wondering, actually. No, I don't really... Actually, I quite like that on the tip. Where's my pen? It's almost like venom. Nice. Nice. Just makes him look like he's got some venomous kind of fangs there. I quite like that. Okay. Right, how are we doing on time? 2 hours 17. I'm happy with those teeth. I like that I've added on that green there, just because they're like the biggest teeth and they're kind of like the fangs, so it's almost like a bit venomous. So am I happy with that? Dude. That looks cool. Okay. Right, what am I doing? What are you doing, Mike? Right, we've got to do the eyes. Let me just save. Top teeth. Oh. Actually. Save that one. Because we added on the green to the canines. Good job I spotted that one, guys. Or else we would have had a similar issue. Because even though you kind of got multiple open, that's what happened when we were doing the chest. So, Jesus. Okay. Right. I think it's time for the eyes. Now, I don't think I'm going to jump into the animation tonight, guys, because it's 3 in the morning. I don't know how long the eyes are going to take me. Shouldn't take long, there's only 2. And technically, I only need to do it for one eye, and then I just copy it to the other one. So, yeah, basically. Right. Okay. That's an interesting. Okay, what happens if I mark that as a seam. Okay. And then what if I did that? Oh, okay. Okay, so no distortion there. We lose quite a lot of... There's quite a lot of lost texture space there. Hold on. There's actually not a lot of distortion there. However, this line, that line going across, we're gonna have, what I've got planned is gonna go across there, and it distorts on that bit. So now that we've got the base seam done, if I select, oh, if I select that one, okay, there's barely any distortion on that one. I mean, I think that's plenty of space. There's no distortion there. So let's go with that, and then okay. God, I don't even know where to start with this. Right, I can get rid of the tongue picture. So the goat side is black, and it's a horizontal. So if I do that and then go straight, go to that. What base color do we want for the... Hmm. Okay. I'm going to add that as the base colour. And then we're going to zoom, zoom, zoom. It's not pen. I'm a little bit nervous with the eyes, guys. I'm not going to lie. I want to get something that really... So that's colour dodge. Jesus Christ, where do you start with this? This is really, I don't even know where to start with the eye. Jesus. Right, I'm gonna be on my tablet, literally right above it, guys. So just bear with me if my mic doesn't pick up my voice. Oh my god, it's the same thing like the wood. Oh, I need to look at like bloodshot eyes. Let's have a look at these goat pictures. Oh, you can barely see that from that distance. Alright, let's see. I'm just experimenting here, guys. Oh. quite tricky. Bollocks. Oh my god. Eyes are hard. Eyes are hard, guys. Ugh! Too big. That's what she said. Let's try that again. If we go from left to right. It's not central, it's bugging me. Ugh. um... Oh, sugar. Oh, no. Oops. It's really tricky, guys. think. The eye is quite small. Let's have a think about this. Recommend poking it with a stick. But if I zoom out, I've not done an eye before. They're really, really tricky. I think I need to try some extra colours. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. That was an interesting effect. So soft light. That's an interesting effect. I need to remember that it's curved, so what we're seeing there, I do quite like that. I'm sorry I'm dicking around at the moment. I'm just... I feel like we're kind of making something a little bit cool. Jesus Christ, this is... Oh. This is, I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to make something look pretty cool. This is really tricky, guys. This is like, if there was an actual artist doing this, they'd have no problem. I'm not a drawer. So, I'm just like dicking around here, trying to make the eye look presentable. Ominous is the kind of word. I feel like orange might be a good combo. That's not really... Oh, it makes sense. Too big, that was the problem. fuck. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, dude. Trying to do the, like, you know, a bloodshot effect. Jesus Christ, dude. I'll tell you what. Let's see if I can enhance this. No. What did I just... What brush was I... What brush was I just using to do all that work, guys? Oh no! Was it subtract? No. 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 This is ridiculously hard, dude. Why has the music... If it has asked me, am I still watching? Yes, I'm still fucking watching. Don't be a dick. Oh, man. Let's save, shall we, guys? Oh, it's annoying. I'm gonna save that texture. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Ah, no. Mirror. Mirror. Wrench. Wrench. You know what? You know what? You know what? I think I'm going to leave it like that. It's my first time doing eyes. And you have to remember, guys, that when we're going to be controlling this character, we're probably going to be like seeing it like something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to think, how close are we going to see this character? And when we're controlling it, like, at a distance, like, you got to bear in mind, I was this close. Closer. Like, well, realistically, you're probably going to see it at that distance. And at that distance, that looks... I mean, it looks ominous. You know, it's red, it's crimson in colour. I think that's actually quite good. I'm quite happy with that, I think. What do you guys think? At a distance. Close up, not the best, but it is my first time doing an eye. And it's the smallest feature. It's the smallest feature on the Mimic. Like, the teeth and the tongue and the limbs are meant to be the scary bits. Like, the eyes are just like, in comparison, they're like Diddy. But I'm quite happy. I think I'm gonna leave the eyes as they are. I think I've done some quirky little effects there, which was quite fun to play around with. I'm really happy with how the tongues turned out. I'm really happy with the tongue. That was really fun doing the tongue. It looks so cool. Okay, right. So we've done the mirror. So I'm going to delete the eye left. And I'm going to call that eyes. Right. And we're going to apply the mirror. Actually, you know what? I don't need to label it eye left, eye right. I'll just call it eyes, actually. And 1 second. Let me just check all the textures. Arms, chest, body, eyes, feet, lid, teeth. Yeah, everything has been saved. I'm just checking. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of the stream. 3.5 hours. In 3.5 hours, we have done the teeth, the tongue, the eyes. And there is our original concept, guys. How good is that? I'll tell you what, for someone that can't draw, I'm pretty happy with what I've made here. Like, you know, that's pretty cool. So the next stream, I think we're gonna have a pop at the animation, and that is gonna be interesting. Because I made a note of the 5 animations that I wanted to make, which was a walking, grabbing, eating, idle, and death. So there's gonna be quite a few fun ones there, and if I just turn off that, you can see we've got the standard chest, and then when our monster moves, it'll be like that. So it's going to be interesting because, like, when he moves, I kind of wanted him to. It's going to be weird because, like, you want the bangles hidden. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how we do it. Yeah, the rigging phase is putting all the bones in and the weight painting. But I'm at uni Tuesday. One of my lecturers does animating and stuff, and he said about bringing in this model and have a look at the bones together and stuff. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. But guys, I'm so happy with that. You gotta admit, he looks so cool, doesn't he? He looks so awesome. He's got a really cool skin colour. That's exactly what I was going for. The tongue looks awesome. And the eyes, I think I was overstressing myself because I was like this close doing it. But at a distance, it looks really cool. It looks really cool. I'm tired though. I'm gonna call the stream there. Yes, well we'll cross that like when it comes to it. But I think the bones and the animation are next because I want to have a pop. There was some I did buy. There's actually, guys, if anyone is interested that's watching and you want to, like, I don't know, learn stuff. I bought an extra stuff for my game dev account. The Humble Bundle's currently got software deal for game dev, and it was a load of Unity related content, like RTS games, and loads of other stuff. I'm too tired to even think, but it's on there. Go check it out. I did have a look on my account, and I do have a load of learning material, which is about low poly characters. They're really short videos, actually, like 4 to 8 minutes. And there's male and female ones, and one of my game projects for uni second year is actually making a quest narrative driven game. And I thought if I could have a quick pop at this learning material and whip together some very basic low poly characters, I thought that would be really cool. And it covers rigging and animation, and they're humanoids as well. So yeah, I thought that'd be quite interesting. So what I could do is potentially take a break from the mimic, because it's an awkward shape in the sense that the chest is not going to distort, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I hope you've enjoyed this so far, guys. Like I might decide to take a break from the mimic streaming, because I don't feel like I've done enough animation. I basically don't feel confident enough to do a good job of putting the bones in the right place for this, because it's not your standard model. It's very different to a humanoid. So it might be good for me to stream some of the rigging and animation learning material, further enhance my skill in that area, and then come back to the mimic. It's like repetition, do lots of it, and then I'm more skilled to be able to tackle this. But I'm so happy with what I've got there. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, guys. I need to call the stream there. Look, 3.5 hour one, not bad work. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you've had fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Mike's Mimic. So yeah, feel free to give us a follow on Twitch if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, guys. I post all of the game dev streams there. You can find playlists for Blender, Unreal, and Unity. So go check it out. And you can try some of the games I've made on itch. I've got 5 up there. The panel below will take you there. And thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Ciao, ciao for now, amigo.